doing it a lot higher earlier.
Gotta watch my head.
Go higher than that.
I'm exhausted.
Is it live?
Yeah.
He's on my ball. He's on my Swiss ball. Do you like it?
I do actually. I might get one.
I think you need a bigger one. You're a bit low down. So we just start again. Will you stop it a minute? I can't breathe.
Right, seriously now. I can't help it.
Oi, you've got yourself a cream egg.
You're busy.
And you didn't get me one. Did you not buy me one?
Or did you? The kitchen.
Did you steal it from Ella? This is from Ella's stash. Oh, confiscated now. Ella will be upset. Stealing her cream eggs.
Come on, we need to get on.
Hi. Welcome to the mud house. So what were you doing today? We do. I can't take you seriously with you bouncing like that. Are you alright?
Dear.
Big tummy hurts. Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh.
You'll be back in a minute. God. Oh, can we just start this again? Oh, don't you just love life? The dogs have come in to see what's going on. So, sorry about that. So we're going to do a floral fantasy, which we launched last week. Are you alright? Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah.
They'll want to see your t-shirt.
I think I've seen it before.
I don't think they've seen that one. Over a little bit this way.
Right, dogs are in the way. Come on, out of the way.
Oh, good dogs. So we're doing a floral fantasy tonight, and I'm going to show you. We're going to have a play with the frames. So I've got something prepared, but I'm not quite sure where I'm going with it, so I might need you advice and help there, Alfie.
My
okay.
advice and help.
Yes.
Okay.
So shall we go over there? Here we go. So we've got this really lovely paper pack, and I showed you these last week or a couple of weeks ago when we launched these. These are the new flower stamps that we've got here, which is Floral Fantasies. So this is a wild daffodils. I really like this texture stamp here. This is gorgeous. I make art to show that my soul, that I'm listening. And then we've got another big daffodil, which is gorgeous, and a little tiny one there, and a dictionary page. Oh, you've got... He's stolen the cream egg. I can't believe that you can fit that in your mouth all in one go. You can't talk now, can you? Because you've got a mouthful of cream egg. Ella's going to be so upset that you've stolen that off her. Not that I really love cream eggs. I mean, they are nice, but, you know, I'd rather have a crunchy or dark chocolate.
So the offers are good through midnight tonight.
Okay.
Until midnight tonight.
So we've got some special offers for you. So as you can see, the stamp bundle, this is all these four. So let me just show you them all first. So we've got the 2 daffodils. We've also got the trio of tulips, and we've got the large peony. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stamps. I love this little background stamp here and this one. We've got some leaves, and we've actually got every flower must push through the dirt to get to bathe in sunlight. And these are obviously a lot bigger than they are on the laminate. So obviously keep the laminate because that's for storage, but these are really nice and big stamps. So the offer is... Can you talk now that you haven't got a mouthful of cream egg, Alfie? So can you tell us the special offer that you're doing for us?
Is normal retail is £51.96. The bundle price is £41. And the big bundle, which includes the papers and the frames,
Papers and the frames,
is normal retail £78.93. Show price £63.
Okay, so these are the frames. So they actually come, I've just gessoed mine, but one set is like this. So you get 2 pieces. Obviously this can go either way, whichever way you want to go, horizontal or vertically, left or right. And then with this one you get 3 pieces. So you get the back piece and the top frame, but you also get this piece as well, which is actually larger than the aperture, so that if you wanted, it will just fit perfectly on the back here, so that you can have all that lovely filigree work showing through. So you can have it 2 different ways, or you can end up having 2 frames, because you can use that as a background piece and have that as a frame. So you get a 2-for-1 with that, which is really nice. And you also get the Floral Fantasy papers, which I am so chuffed with. You get some ATCs here. These are about 8 by 8. There's 25 designs on 12 pages because they're double-sided. Each side is different. 24 designs, yes. Sorry, did I say 25? Beg your pardon. Okay, and these I'm really chuffed with because I think they are just absolutely gorgeous. They've worked out so well. I love the colours, I love the textures of them. Really, you need a couple of these because I've just gone through mine so quickly, and they're just really lovely. Look at this, it's just beautiful. So great as backgrounds, great as feature pieces as well. If I get my frame, let's have a look at this one. So, you know, this frame is going to work so well on these papers. Look at those, lovely. They're just stunning, aren't they? And I really like these as well. This would work so nicely. Let's do it that way around. The idea was sort of very Gustav Klimt-esque, and I think they've worked really nicely for that. Yeah, I know, I've just repeated myself. I'm just a bit enamoured by them. I think they look great. So I'm just working out which bits to use. Or maybe we just go for something really, really pale like that. Would look quite nice. Does one think? He says, not looking.
Don't have to look, I've got the screen.
Yeah, there you go. Or these would look quite nice, do you think? I do. Right, so I've already stamped out and cut out a few bits and pieces. So we could have like that there and this coming out of the frame, which would look quite all right. We could do that. Should we do that? No? Yes?
Yes.
I think so, he says. Alrighty. Okay, we could do that. Let's try that. If I don't like it, don't have to stay with it. You can always change it. So let's go with that one. Just check that none of these are any better. That's rather lovely as well, isn't it? Okay, let's try that. So that's the book of Floral Fantasy papers. These are the frames. This one I've actually used flitter glue and gilding flake on there. This is copper kettle. This one I've actually just used the papers again, and I've just used metallic paints. On this one I've used Raven Black, and it's not Sargasso Sea, is it? No, it's not. It's Kingfisher Blue, which is a bit lovely. And then these are the lovely stamps. So what we'll do first is, I think we will just work out where this is going to go. And I think the easiest way of doing this is just to turn around. And then I can tidy that up. There we go. Yeah, that's lovely. So I'll just, excuse me while I just get my scissors out of the way. So let's just tidy this edge up ever so slightly. I've got a little bit of a wiggle room on this because of the width of the frame itself. So Alfie, should I do maybe some Luscious powders on this, or should I paint it with Luscious? Or I could actually just use a white pen on that, couldn't I? And it'd look fantastic. I mean, even just black on its own looks great, but then there wouldn't be any technique then tonight, would there? So I will do something. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to colour my daffodils. Where are they? So what I've done is I've actually stamped these onto watercolour card. So, and then if I just get a little brush, and then I've used our Vivid refills for this. So these are plain colours. They've got no sparkle in them. If you did want a sparkle, you could actually use the sparkly ones. This is Catch a Moonbeam. This will be quite sparkly. And you can see the mica in there. So this is a pigment ink, and it's got the mica in as well. So I could show you that actually. Give it a good shake, and then just on a paint mat, let's have a little drop there. And what I've done is I've actually stamped this with black VersaFine, and then I've used a clear superfine embossing powder, so that, as you can see, what happens is that the line work doesn't get covered up by the mica. That's really pretty. And I think if I want to make it a bit more yellow, there we go, just add a little bit more of the plain yellow into that. There we go, that's nice. And then the same here. You see, you don't have to worry about going over the lines, because the lines are covered in the clear embossing powder, which is acts like a bit like plastic, so it will reject any of the watercolour. So I'm going to take a little bit more of that yellow there and just deepen that colour a little bit around here. There we go. Simples. So let's have a bit of green, shall we? Just on these leaves here. So you can see how quick and easy that is. And I don't have to be that clever at it or careful or whatever. There we go. And it's water based, so let me just get a little bit more on there, just missed a bit. There we go. What are you doing with Duke?
Keeps punching the ball.
He keeps punching the ball. He wants to play. Right, so those are my two daffodils. This is my base of my frame. So that's going to go on there. I'll put that on with some Slap-It-On in a minute. So let's get the Slap-It-On out. Now, Alfie, what we're going to... Should we... because we haven't used the Luscious for a while. Should we use the Luscious? So I'm going to get a piece of fat foam out. Let's get some flitter glue out. Cut a piece of fat foam. That will do. Okay, sorry, I need a spatula. There we go. Right, flitter glue. Just open the top until that nipple disappears, and then it's open. Give yourself about... Oh, missed it. That was clever. What's that? Half a teaspoon? 3/4 of a teaspoon? Nearly that. And then squash that into the fat foam, or cut and dry, whichever you've got, until it's all disappeared in there. Wash your spatula, close that up, and then wipe that top there. And that gets rid of any excess glue, and then it's nice and clean for next time. And then we're just going to gently tap this all over the frame. Let me move those daffodils, because I'm just avoiding that blob of flitter glue that I spilt. So I'll move it in a minute. Okay, promise. So just putting a tiny bit on this. Now this you can either wash out, let it dry and use it again, or you can put it in a plastic bag, nice and tight with no air in it, and then use it again, or whatever, which way you want to go. Right, let me just move this because it's got a blob of flitter glue on it. Okay, so what you have to do is wait until all the white's gone. So I'm going to put that to one side for a moment, and then let's stick this down. So I'm going to use Slap-It-On matte, And the idea with this is that you cover every surface, and that way you won't get any nasty sort of bubbles or anything. So I'm going to put plenty of Slap-It-On on the back of the frame. Now this has got a really good flow rate, so all these lines that you can see from the brush will disappear because it will just smooth out. And I'm going on the back of the paper as well, so plenty on there, and then we marry the two together. And let's just slide that into position. It's got a little bit of wriggle room on that. There we go. And then we're going to put more Slap-It-On over the top. And this will act as an adhesive, but also it acts as a like a protective coating. There we go, all over. There we go, lovely. So plenty on, and that will dry completely clear. See how it's a bit matte at the moment, a bit white at the moment? That will dry completely clear, and that's the Slap-It-On mat. I'm just going to wash my brush as well, and then I'm just going to leave that to dry off. Okay, meanwhile you can see that this is all gone clear and it remains tacky, so let's have a play with some colours, shall we? Right, well, we've got to have some yellow, haven't we? So let's have some buttercup. What colours have we got in the background? We've got some little bits of orange actually, so let's have some fizzy pop. Let's have a little bit of green as well, so green apple, I think that will go. What else? What other colours shall we go with on here? Let's just try these to start with and let's see where we get with them. So we're going to use the Luscious dry, so I need a dry brush to begin with. Should I put a little bit of flake on there? Should we go with a little bit of flake, or should we just go with...
Just go with the Luscious.
Go with the Luscious, okay. So I'm going to dip a dry brush into the Luscious powder, tap off the excess, and I'm actually just going to dust this on. So you can be quite accurate with it if you want to, or you can just, you know, go with the flow any which way. So I'm just going to put yellow on these flower heads here, just as starters. There we go. And I'm going to come back with the, so this is buttercup. I'm going to come in with the, is this the fizzy pop one? Yeah, it is fizzy pop. And put a little bit of orange at the base of these. So again, just with the dry brush, tap off the excess. A little bit goes a long way anyway. That's actually a pretty colour, isn't it? So let's go in here as well. Let's get these flowers. Oops. It is tacky, yeah. Don't worry, we'll go over all of it afterwards to make sure it's not. But those seem to work quite nicely together, those colours. So I'm going to put some extra just around the edges of the frame as well. Otherwise we'll end up with just a solid green frame. There we go. Right, so let's go over some of these areas now with the green apple. Actually, that's working out quite nicely. I think you're right about not putting any flake on, Alfie, because I think that just works nice. And it's very spring colours, isn't it? Spring-like. Because it is trying to be spring, most days anyway. There we go. I think we're going to have to buy you a Swiss ball, Alfie. Do you like it?
It is good.
It's very good for your back. And my hips are a lot better with it. And it's very bouncy.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Right, so I'm just, as you can see, I'm just stabbing this on. And yes, I am using a lot, but I mean, good grief, we've got loads in these pots. There we go. So I want to make sure that all the sides are all covered as well, just in case I've got some flitter glue on the edges, just so that you've not got any sticky areas at all. And just make sure that we really have got everything covered. Actually, when the colours mix, you just get this lovely sort of lime colour, don't you? Look at that. I like that. Okay, so that's good. Let me just move these out of the way for the moment. So that was Buttercup and Fizzy Pop and Green Apple. So they don't come with coloured tops, it's just that I put pieces of card on them and then coloured them with those. Okay, right, so that's good. Let's just take the brush and just give it a good brush, which I've probably done already. That looks really pretty. I'm really pleased with that. That's good. And then has this dried? Almost.
Do you need to do anything to that? The
Background, the luscious. Yeah, we just need to give it a bit of a spray with a very fine bit of water. So I'm going to do this off camera. So literally just waft it around with a little bit of water, and that activates all of the binder in it, which is nice. That's good. I think I might just put a little bit of ink around the edges here. I don't think much of it will really show up, because this is just a tiny bit of ink. This is probably Vintage Photo. I haven't put any more ink on the sponge, just to darken off the edge ever so slightly. There we go. Right, so now that that's nearly dry, let me just give that a blast. Yeah, that's lovely. Look how it glows. It's beautiful, that. Right, so before I stick this on, I just want to, I mean, that looks pretty on its own, doesn't it? But we could have a couple of these just popping out. maybe like that. What do you reckon, Alfie? Not impressed.
I like it without.
You like it without, do you? We don't have to have them on. We can just have that, which I think is beautiful. Just like we've got with this one. See, I did the same with that. I just used the papers behind it, and I used flitter glue, but I used gilding flake this time with it. I think you might be right. Yeah, just stick it on with that and we'll use those on the other frame. Okay, so a good way of doing this, little tip, is for you to get your grab and go and hardly squeeze anything at all out, just let it flow out, and it's actually touching the edges, the actual frame itself. So it's almost like drawing across the surface, and don't really squeeze, just let the glue flow, right? And then when you've done that on your paint mat or a piece of scrap paper, which this one will be in a moment, you just give it a bit of a jiggle and it just squishes all the glue apart so that it doesn't squish out on your project. There we go, and just hold that down for a few seconds. Meanwhile, I'll have a slurp of my tea, which is actually the Narcissus cup. Yeah, was that planned, Alfie?
Of course.
That you brought the daffodil cup. Is if there are little bits of glue showing, I just use a very damp brush just to clean it up. It does dry clear anyway, but I just like to clean it up anyway and just tidy it up a little bit. You're not going to take off the luscious because it's already set. Yep, there we go. Just clean my hands. That's so pretty. That's lovely. And do you get the things for the back of the frames too? Yeah, but I haven't got them. But you do get a little thing to stick on the back to hang them on. You basically get two squares like this, and you glue those on, and then you get another piece which fits like this, which you glue on top of those, and of course that's the little area where your nail will go hang on as well. So that's really pretty. Okay, so what should we do with our second one? Let me just get some scrap paper underneath here. So we have this honey, or we have this one, which is quite nice. So this this one that I did before, what I chose to do was use metallic paints. So the base I actually painted in gold, and then this I actually painted in the metallic black and the metallic blue, which worked so well with the papers. So with this one, should we just do it like that instead of using that one? Okay, so let's choose a background paper to go with this one. So it needs to be So you don't want something as big as this. You want it really just quite a plain background, don't you? Otherwise it's going to really take over. I think that's would work quite well, because the idea would be to have a few of these possibly coming out of the frame. So let's just use that piece. Oh, the back is so nice as well. Right, so I'm just going to use... Are we going to do upright or landscape? Portrait or landscape? I think probably portrait, actually. Yeah, portrait. So let's just do the same as before. Let's just cut that out. Give that a trim. Of course, you could just, you know, draw around it, but this is quicker. I'm going to give this a quick coat of gesso, because if you just glue this straight onto there, over time the glue can just soak into the medite, and the possibility is that it's not going to stay like that forever. So this just seals in the medite. There we go, lovely. Let's just pop that away, put a brush in there, and then we can okay, that's good. So with this one, what should we do, Alfie? Shall we do some gilding? Yeah, seeing as we've got a flitter glue out already, so let's do some gilding flake on this baby. So as you can see, we've got our flitter glue on there, and then I didn't need any more on here because there was plenty. Leave that to just go off for a minute while we stick this on with our grab and go. Oh, sorry, I'll slap it on again. So this is designed to go upside down, that lid. Now, where's my brush? Here we go. So we're going to have that covered and this covered. Also, it's easier when you put them together. You've got a little bit of time to just slide it into place. There we go, and then over the top. Lovely. So we've also got a new launch on Friday, haven't we, Alfie? And I think Ella's told everybody what it is, so that's really exciting. So we've got lots of new stuff coming. So that's 11 o'clock on Friday, so hopefully you can join us. All right, let me move that to get dry, and let's bring this one in. So my hands are sticky, which is never a good thing when you're about to do gilding flake. I haven't got my big box, so I've just got a little sample pot here. So you just want to use just little bits and try and untangle, well, not untangle them, but they are lots and lots of layers of them, so just spread them out so a little goes a long way. And of course the gilding flake will just stick to the flitter glue, and you don't have to worry about the flitter glue going off because it just remains tacky. So just gonna fill in some of these flanks, and what you can do is just move it along so that it just sticks to the areas where are tacky. And just do it a little bit at a time, otherwise you put too much on and it becomes cloggy and you're only going to waste it. Oh, see, look, lots of lovely pieces here. So thanks very much everyone for joining us tonight. We had a lovely comments this weekend from the girls at Manchester at the Dirty Weekend workshop, which was just really good fun. A lovely group of girls, and we welcomed some new faces, which was really nice as well, and looking forward to seeing them all again. And then next week we've got our secret retreat in Retford, which is every March, June and September, so that's going to be good. And we've got a brand new venue which we're so looking forward to doing.
And then Leeds.
And then, yeah, we've got our new venue at Leeds, so that's going to be fantastic because we haven't done Leeds for ever. Have we ever been to Leeds? Yeah, so it's brand new, so anybody who lives near Leeds or fancies just joining us at Leeds and having a weekend of fun mixed media mayhem, then yeah, come and join us. Just check on the website under events, under live, and you will find all of the details there. So where's my little brush? There we go. So I'm just going to get all the little bits out of all the filigree bits. Oops. And I'm just going to gently use my scoochie just to take off any of the excess. And I'm just going to use my little brush here just to take off any bits that are in the way. Sorry about that. Just knocked the camera. Yeah, you don't want the fan on when you're doing this, and it will get all over the dog, cat, in your hair, but then everyone will sparkle. Oh, that is so good. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. Okay, so this is going to be fun, trying to put this in the pot. Yay, look at that. Oh, went back in. Okay, so now we've got our base. And oh, look at that. That is just beautiful. That is gorgeous, actually. That is just so lovely. Right, okay, so here's my thoughts on this. I just wanted to have just a tiny bit of colour on this. So have I? Yeah, I've stamped and I've put embossing powder on this. And I just want a tiny weeny bit of colour on this. So let me just use a little tiny bit of Much Miller, but with loads and loads of water. Oh, there's a bit of yellow there. Oh, that's from the sparkly yellow. So I'm just going to put just a hint of this pale pink. Just here and there, not just so it looks like it's a white flower, just with a, because of course white flowers are never completely white, are they? They've got a hint of colour about them. So I'm just going to put a little bit here and there, just at the base of the petals. And of course, again, because we've got that embossing powder on, then that's going to make sure that we keep the integrity of the line work there. I think that's probably enough. If you want a bit of sparkle, we could put some of this on, like we have with the daffodils. And we could actually go one more with the tulips, couldn't we? So let's just go with a little bit at the base of the tulips here, like that. And then let's just draw that out with a bit of water. There we go. Just pull that up a little bit. Put a little bit more of that deeper. What colour is that? That is, oh yeah, slice of jam bread. Just at the base there, and then let that just dry off. And then I'm using the same green that I used with daffodils. And I have cut in between like this so that I can take away all the background. Alrighty, so let's see whether this is going to work or not. I'll do this daffodil as well, but I don't know whether I'm going to actually use this at all. Let me just move that to just dry off there. And this one. Okay, so let's just have this little bit of sparkly vivid, which is Catch a Moonbeam. Let's just clean my brush a wee bit, and let's just go all over again with this one, just to give us a hint of sparkle and just a hint of a lemony yellow. Okay, and then I'm just going to get a tiniest bit of Loxley yellow, which is the matte one, and let's just put a hint of colour around here and just let the colour just pull that out a little bit, and maybe a little bit round here. There we go. Okay, that'll do. Right, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's stick this together. Okay, so I'm thinking possibly something that needs drying. I think these might need separating. Yeah, let's just cut those apart here. So that could go here, this one here. And I think that is probably enough, actually, isn't it? I don't need the big ones. Okay, so this one I can actually stick down flat. Let's just smooch that, and that's going to go dead center. That's good. I think we just missed a bit there. Okay. Right. So this one we are going to have sticking out a little bit. Let's just smooch that glue. That's going to come out here, so those can stick down. But this baby is going to come on the outside. And I think this one needs to be down here. Okay, so this is going to be hanging out as well. So this is going to just be stuck down here, and then that is just going to go on the other side. And then our tulip that's going to go right across here. Oops, we don't want that piece on, thank you very much. And that's going to be on the outside as well. And then we've just got that piece to put in. Oops. Right, so, and then we put the frame on, then we can stick the rest on. So that can go there. Okay, here we go for the frame. So the frame only actually glues on to this piece here. Like that. What do you reckon, guys? So let's just bend those back, and that one. Okay, so that's going to go on there like that. So you just need to hold that down for about 5 seconds. And then I'm going to stick these nice little bits on. So let's have this here, and my daffodil there, and this daffodil needs to come over here. Okay, might just put a little word up there or something. Yeah, I think that needs a little something up there. I'll just clean that tiny little bit of glue up. Yep, that's all clean. Excellent. Yeah, I like those. Those work. Lovely little bit of luscious on there, and a nice bit of gold flake on there, and we'll just get a little word on there. Don't know what it'll be. I have got my little box of words that or maybe I'll just stamp daffodil or something. Yeah, I'll do that later when I've had a drink. Not a drink, just a drink. Just me tea, you know, don't get excited. Nice. Lovely. Okay, so thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that, using our lovely new stamps. If you fancy, you can take advantage of Alfie's offer. It's available for the next 24 hours, but oh, you know, get yourself some papers and some stamps. These are gorgeous, beautiful. And I will see you Friday morning at 11 for our new Alice reveal as well. Thanks so much for joining me and Alfie. Bye.